Hey, good morning, Stephen here. So today, Sabrina and I are leaving Lake Atitlan. We're saying goodbye to San Pedro. It's the first place that I've been to where I actually feel almost at home and at peace. It's so quiet and tranquil here, and the people are just so friendly and amazing. The sight every day just blows my mind when I wake up and I just look around at where I am. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we are waiting for our shuttle to come and pick us up. We're off to Xela, as the locals call it, or Quetzaltenango, I believe it's called. It's a pretty difficult word to pronounce, but that's where we're headed. Before we go, we're just gonna go grab some breakfast, some oatmeal at this amazing little coffee house, and some terrific coffee before saying goodbye to Lake Atitlan. Let's get going. So we've come a couple times to this incredible little coffee shop called La Teresa. We thought we'd hit there one more time before we leave, enjoy the delicious coffee. I think it's the best coffee in San Pedro that we've experienced, and they make a light breakfast as well. We're gonna go in there and try their mosh, which is kind of like an oatmeal, and it's absolutely amazing. Sabrina tried it yesterday, and I'm gonna try it today along with their fantastic coffee.
Agua. Gracias. Dos. Dos cafés. Un café negro.
Un café negro, un café con leche.
Cinnamon.
So my mosh oatmeal has arrived, and it looks delicious. It has cinnamon, fresh ground cinnamon, and freshly chopped bananas on top. And I think they use a type of banana puree inside, because when you taste the actual oatmeal, it has this incredible smooth banana taste. Little bit of mosh action. So mosh is actually a traditional Guatemalan dish served in the morning. It's just ground up oats that we would traditionally put in oatmeal, and it is just so good. So we just finished up coffee and breakfast at La Teresa. We're just waiting for our bus. We bought our bus ticket yesterday to go from San Pedro to Xela, Quetzaltenango. The cost was 80 quetzales per person, one way. So that's not bad. That works out to about $13 or $14 for a bus ride, 2.5-hour bus ride. Our bus leaves at 2. It's now 1 o'clock. So we're going to head to the bus terminal now. We're just gonna wait it out. Breakfast was delicious, coffee was amazing. I sure am gonna miss the coffee here in Lake Atitlan. Well, we've arrived in Quetzaltenango. We came here last night. We took the craziest bus ride from San Pedro La Laguna up at Lake Atitlan. The bus, we were told, was a first-class bus, so it wasn't the chicken bus. A little bit more leg room. The bags and that go underneath the bus rather than on top. We were supposed to go to a bus terminal here in Quetzaltenango, but that never happened. We came here, we didn't even really know that we were here, and the bus just stopped at some random gas station, and they said, oh, you're here, off you get. So the bus was filling up with fuel, and people were getting on and off, and bags were getting thrown out into the streets, and our bags got pulled off, so we saw that, got out, grabbed our bags. We weren't really sure where we were or where we were going. Luckily, I had booked the hostel that we're staying at right now online, so we were able to find a taxi, show him the name of the hotel, and he knew exactly where it was, and he was kind enough to take us here. So last night was a whole lot of devastation. I didn't report any of that because I was just uncomfortable. There's been certain situations throughout my travels where I'm just not comfortable pulling out equipment and filming myself yet. And that was definitely one of them. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because we had all of our equipment. We were just out on the side of the road at some gas station in this big city. Quetzaltenango is actually the second largest city in Guatemala. So you can imagine just how fast-paced and busy it was, and we had no idea where we were rather. Anyhow, that's all behind us, and we are here. We've made it. We're safe. We're sound. We've got our equipment out. It's a beautiful sunny day today, so I thought we'd take you guys on an amazing city tour of Quetzaltenango. We're only going to be here until tomorrow and maybe one more night. I'm not too sure yet. We're trying to figure out how to get down to El Salvador from here. We may have to go back to Antigua. I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet. I thought let's do one thing at a time, and our first priority now is to take you guys on a street tour and show you this incredible little city. Let's get going. That wraps up our street tour of Quetzaltenango. We sure did enjoy it. It's a lot cooler here today, and we didn't make it out as far as we were hoping. We've kind of run into a bit of a dilemma about where we're gonna go. Our plan was to leave here and go to the west coast and check out the beaches of Guatemala. And after looking at it, it's a lot more challenging to get there than what I first anticipated. And the cost of getting there is a little bit more than we're willing to spend. And the cost of staying there seems to be a little bit more than we're willing to spend. So the idea of going to the west coast here in Guatemala isn't really an option for us. After we were going to leave Guatemala, we were going to go into El Salvador and check out the beaches and explore that country. And we've just been doing a lot of reading, and we've been watching the news a lot about stuff that's going on in Nicaragua. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to make it to Nicaragua on this trip. I don't feel confident about going there with the civil unrest and everything that's happening there. So I just don't want to risk it. To me, Nicaragua's not going anywhere, and I can always come back at a later time when things kind of calm down there. So going into El Salvador, one of our first worries was, well, once we get to southern El Salvador, how do we cross over Nicaragua? Or do we have to come back to the middle of the country to San Salvador to get a plane? There was just so many unknowns that we weren't sure about, and the cost of doing all of that. So what Sabrina and I have decided is we are going to skip El Salvador and Nicaragua on this trip, and we're going to go straight to Costa Rica. So we've got our flights booked. We leave here tomorrow and we head for Guatemala City. We're going to stay in Guatemala City for one day, do a bit of a tour if we can. I'm not sure because it's a 4.5-hour bus ride or a 4-hour bus ride. Times are really loose, I've learned, in Guatemala. So 4 hours could be 5 hours, could be 6 hours, or just however long. So I'm not going to plan too much sightseeing or a street view for Guatemala City, but if I can, I'll do it. We leave Guatemala City on Wednesday and we're flying into Costa Rica. So thank you guys for checking out this channel. Thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for all your support. As of this video, I have 95 subscribers, and I know that's not a lot to a lot of people out there, but to me, it is a lot. When I started this journey 4 months ago, I had 0 subscribers. So the fact that 95 people are interested in what I'm doing in my journey, it just really means a lot to me. So I want to say thank you once again for everybody for taking a minute to hit that subscribe button. So with that said, I'm going to go in and warm up, get our things packed up. Our bus leaves at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for Guatemala City, and then on Wednesday our flight leaves at 7:15 a.m. So the next couple of days are going to be some pretty early mornings and a lot of travel. I'm going to try to make some videos during that time. We'll see how it turns out. So until then, I'll see you guys at the next video.